still on justice for Mohbad. This is serious. This is serious. In fact, like I said, people are suspicious and they want to find out, they want to know. There are certain things that are not clear. It's as if people are kind of illiterate or ignorant on this justice for Mohbad. I'm going to break it down so that you understand what we are talking about and where we are heading to. It is about the nurse. The nurse is the factor here. Recall that Cynthia went on a national television and she said, the nurse last month, I saw her on social media, clubbing, partying, and I'm here. The nurse, she's the one that made mistakes. She's the one that injected my husband. She's the one that did all that caused what took the life of my husband. Yes, I know there was a fight. My friend, his friend called Prime Boy, and my husband, they had a fight. And, we called the nurse. And the nurse injected my husband. My husband reacted to it and hell broke loose. Now, a mentor said Mohbad passed away inside of their house. Cynthia said, no, Mohbad, RIP, 20 minutes in the hospital. In another platform, she said Mohbad passed away 15 minutes. Okay, now, she contradicted the hospital that gave her document asking her to go and deposit Mohbad in the morgue. She also contradicted the so-called investigation department of the Nigerian police, Lagos, where they had sent 16 group, or is it 16 man, 16 specialist group of whatever. They said Mohbad bled profusely. Now, she said, no, what is profusely? There's nothing like that. Who is saying the truth? Who is lying? Ladies and gentlemen, be prepared because you're about to uncover. In fact, we are about to unravel this together. You'll be shocked at what you're about to see. You'll be shocked at what you're about to hear. In fact, this is an eye-opener. I call it bombshell. Don't forget to like, share, tap on the subscribe button. Very important. Tap on the subscribe button if you're just coming across this platform. This journey of justice for Mohbad is not a joke. It's not a joke. So those that have tapped on the thanks button, the one with the love icon, $sign, middle of you, may God bless you. May God replenish your pockets. May your pockets never run dry. If you like what we do here and you are for justice for Mohbad, kindly smash on that button that says thanks. Let us jump right into this one. Still on justice for Mohbad. Justice for humanity. Justice for all.
Fish you out. And I see say his spirit no they at peace. The boy no one rest now. He's wandering about looking for justice. And guess what? He must get that justice. You know the interesting thing about the whole case now is the fact that outside
he must get that justice.
That's now inside family time. We dey find who buy am inside your own family. Wow. Trust no. It looks like the family members are aware of the fire on the island. What is really happening? We've been they blame innocent people. They will not speak now because Mohbad is not ready to rest until he gets justice. Since he don't get any genuine loved ones to fight for him, in the fight for himself. They say agape love runs within the family, but that's not what this looks like. Will not been they envy the boy before because family these days is not what we used to know. How can you be family and they have to be careful with you more than my enemy? What is happening? Tragedy in Mohbad's family. It is a shame. It is humiliating. It is degrading. Are you trying to tell me that after the whole issues Mohbad's dying cost in this country, names were mentioned, images were tarnished just to get justice for him, Mohbad? He go loud, say una accuse people wrongly, say the fire they within his family. He go too loud and he go bad. Stay so bad head strong.
You know, at the end of the day, this is what is going to be the general language very shortly. At the special grace of God.
Exactly. Got was on here. Monishari equal Mejini. One laid Mohbad, but those one out there. I don't think they have the mind of killing him. They just want to intimidate him. But I want to one in ilé gogo iji ìyàwó ẹ̀ náà wà nínú wọn. Àwọn gogo lọ ṣekú ẹ̀ pa. So one lè níta, one lè nílé, one lè sọ́run ni now. Nǹkan tí mo sọ nìyẹn. So mo sọ fún yín pé tábà kan wo kíní kan wọ́n kàn fi yẹn bojú ni. Nísìnyìí ó yẹ kí tábà yọ tí pé àwọn tó assault ẹ̀ níta. Tí wọ́n kọ́kọ́ ti attach death this guy's death to ó yẹ kó máa sue gbogbo wọn nísìnyí ni pé kó máa sue that's káwọn yẹn náà padà sue bí Wunmi tó channel that death to them nígbà àwọn ọlọ́pàá because that guy àwọn yẹn fẹ́ take place pé ọ̀gá lè mi fẹ́ ìta ló bá wà intimidation ni ìyẹn lè ṣẹlẹ̀ láàrin àwọn ọmọkùnrin fine but pé wọ́n pa inú ilé ẹ̀ lọ ti pa.
And the point is this, Monto funny anyway. It's looking like a large number of the family members they knew about because another thing to Kaifi, like part of the things that is causing the mental stress. Omo Yorùbá ni gbogbo wa. Báwo ni ìyá ṣe máa rí ọmọ 23 years old, 24 years old. Èmi gan ṣe fẹ́ gbọ́ ìyá tó bí mi lọ́mọ gangan wọn lè fẹ́ sin ìyá tó bí mi kí wá ju nǹkan sí ojú orórì ẹ̀ níbi táwọn tó kó ẹbí mi wà àlàyé wo ni mo fẹ́ ṣe.
Gbogbo yẹn náà la sọ pé this guy has no family because number one ni pé
because báwo ni ìyá because I don't know why nobody because carry ahead during your press conference yẹn ni. One of the key questions. Tell me very
good. I know why ni ya Mohbad o. Ẹ má máa gbé ìyá iṣẹ́ yẹn ìyá Mohbad o mọ̀ bóyá yẹn.
Báyìí mi jà pé mo wá justice fún Mohbad.
Ìyá Àbẹ̀kẹ́ kò kí ṣe pé bóyá ìyá Mohbad náà kò ṣe pé òun náà àwọn ìyá yẹn náà ló bad bẹ́ẹ̀. The problem is nǹkan tó ti fọwọ́ wọn sí.
And after my father-in-law, like the family came around, his friends also came around, like we even had to get another nurse to come to the house to try to find something to do to his to him, but not.
I will present her that are on.
It's so glaring, it's so glaring. Who comes to
Go on.
It was done. The nurse was with us throughout. When my father-in-law came to the house, the nurse narrated everything that happened to me. He wanted to get the nurse arrested. So my father said we should allow her to go. That he doesn't have any business with the nurse, that she should go. And
where is the nurse now?
The nurse, I think they've granted her bail. Okay. The nurse is out there. I saw a video of her last month. She was in club living her life. Like she was living her life. I saw a video. She was on makeup. She was on. She did frontal, like living her life. Like it's just so unfortunate because somebody's life is on hold. A lady is like a lady like you is now a widow just because of your mistake. And the nurse is out there living her life.
It's so sad.
Just because of your mistake. Hold on the line there now.
I'm a bit confused a little though because I know that when the story came out for justice for Mohbad, the story was not highlighting the nurse. Though they mentioned it, it was highlighting more of all the bullying that took place before. Was there an impact of the bullying on what happened that day? Is that why they claim that the bullying must have affected? Was there any correlation, or was just the nurse?
It is just the nurse. But one thing.
It is just the who. It is just the nurse. It is just. Let me take it back a bit.
It's so sad. I'm a bit confused a little though because I know that when the story came out for justice for Mohbad, the story was not highlighting the nurse. It was highlighting more of all the bullying that took place before. Was there an impact of the bullying on what happened that day? Is that why there's still a claim that the bullying must have affected? Was there any correlation, or was just the nurse?
it is just the nurse. But one thing about it is that, like, the bullying had a negative effect in his life. Do you understand? Because if he was not bullied, if he was not feeling in fear, he would have gone to the hospital straight immediately. Do you understand? One way or the other, the bullying has affected him to the extent that it is like he has already put the fear in me too. Because when I had my baby, I was supposed to have my baby at the hospital, but he insisted that I can never deliver his child in the hospital. We had to go to this traditional. Wow. That is how it was. It's really affected his way of life, his level of thinking. Like, so many things changed in his life. And even when I had my baby, like, there was so many complications too. I could have died too. Do you understand? But thank God, like, he came over with the hospital to the hospital. Like, you know, I became better. So
they rushed me to where? To the hospital. So that means Mohbad must have followed her to the hospital. And she said it's because they don't want to go to the hospital that Mohbad said they should go to the Alagbo. Let me take it back so that you guys can hear. Let me. What's she company running?
The extent that it is like he has already put the fear in me too. Because when I had my baby, I was supposed to have my baby at the hospital, but he insisted that I can never deliver his child in the hospital. We had to go to this traditional. Wow. That is how it was. It's really affected his way of life, his level of thinking. Like, so many things changed in his life. And even when I had my baby, like, there was so many complications too. I could have died too. Do you understand? But thank God, like, he came over with the hospital to the hospital. Like, you know, I became.
He came over, they rushed me to the hospital.
20 minutes after he landed in the hospital.
Yeah.
How many minutes? Look, we found TVC. 15 minutes. All right.
It's called 20 minutes. You call hospital locusio. 20 minutes. They call hospital.
Then we call 15 minutes. Second one.
The doctor said he was dead.
Mohbad died inside the house. So even if there was a camera outside, how did with the camera outside turn a 360 degree now, zoom into the house to see what happened in the house? Because a camera that is placed outside to monitor the gates and people walking and driving. Mohbad did not die outside in the compound. He died inside the house.
Now, you guys have listened to the two sides of the stories from her. And now, look at it. If this
Sorry, Mr. Yomi, I'm joining your live. I've been joining your live ever since I joined you. And am I mori nínú gbogbo ọ̀rọ̀ yìí? Tó ní pé mo kí gbogbo ilé o, everybody ẹ má bínú. Mo fẹ́ touch lórí nǹkan tí Madam Mariam sọ àti Madam Abeke Ade. Mo rán fact kan.
Bákẹ́ Adé.
Abeke Ade, sorry. Tó mo rán fact kan tó sọ. Wọ́n ní nǹkan tó máa ń rò ní pé Ọlọ́run máa yẹ kéèyàn fẹ́ ọmọ àgbákò níyàwó. Because nígbò and then irú ọmọ yìí, thank God pé ó lọ ń ṣe gbogbo interview tó ń ṣe. Because tí ò bá ṣe gbogbo interview tó ń ṣe yìí, èèyàn ní rí gbogbo àwọn òótọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ máa dìmú náà nǹkan tó ti ṣẹlẹ̀ nínú ilé yẹn. Mohbad inú ilé ni ọmọ yẹn kú sí. Wọ́n dẹ̀ mọ gbogbo nǹkan tó wà ń bẹ̀. And then nǹkan tó tún wá ṣe kàyéfì ni pé ẹni tó jẹ́ ìyá ó jẹ́ kí kẹràn ọ̀fẹ́ lè wà ó tí ọmọ èèyàn bá tiẹ̀ sí láyé mọ́. But abiamọ tó bá já abiamọ tòótọ́, mo sorry láti sọ tó bá gbẹnu mi ò ń ṣọmọdé náà, but kí abiamọ kọ́ ọmọ èèyàn kú kéèyàn má tiẹ̀ nítara pé òkè àwọn tó ń wá justice lélẹ̀ fún ọmọ mi lẹ́yìn ò tiẹ̀ jáde pé òkè pé nǹkan ṣe ọmọ yín. At the end of the day, wọ́n tó ń wá justice fún ẹ̀mẹ́kẹ́ tó wá kọ̀yìn sí wọn. Definitely ó mọ nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀, gbogbo nǹkan tó ń sọ pé ó ń ṣe tara pé ọkọ òun kú kinní kan kú yẹn, ó ń fetí ká gbogbo téèpù tó ń sọ kó lè mọ gbogbo format tó máa play. And ẹni tó jẹ́ ìyá titi ẹ̀ gangan tó jẹ́ ìyá ìyàwó gangan fúnra rẹ̀, ṣùgbọ́n mo gbọ́pọ́n lọ́lọ́pàá ni, ìyẹn mọ nǹkan tó ń lọ, kò lè sọ pé òun ò mọ nǹkan tó ń lọ, kò lè sọ pé ọmọ ẹ̀ ṣàlàyé gbogbo nǹkan tó ń lọ fóun. And at the same time, gbogbo format tó ń play yẹn ó ń play ẹ̀ sí ọ̀wọ́n tó wà very intelligent lé lọ́wọ́ ni òun believe pé òun gbọ́n.
Now,
ọ̀rọ̀ mi náà lẹ tún padà sí now.
Now, wọ́n ní pé the same family mo gbọ́ ní o mi ò dẹ̀ ti gbà wípé they also wrote to the state èyí tá a ṣe protest lọ pé anyway I don't want to believe they write that and the police paid attention wípé ohun táwa ṣe àwọn family ò lọ́wọ́ sí mi dá ṣe ni mo fẹ́ wo ẹni tó fẹ́ bẹ̀ mí sọ́nà mo tiẹ̀ fẹ́ wo angle tó fẹ́ fi gbé wọlé so that wà kí ọ̀tẹ̀ lè mọ orú àwọn tó tẹ̀ wá Nigerian police ọ̀ngọ̀. Do you understand?
Nǹkan tí ò yé mi ní Nàìjíríà yẹn pọ̀ gan-an.
Mr. Yomi ẹ wò ẹ jẹ́ ká sòótọ́ fúnra wa àwọn ọlọ́pàá ìwọ̀n òṣìṣẹ́ ẹ jẹ́ ká sòótọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ ok ẹ jẹ́ kí n bẹ̀rẹ̀ ká analyze láti bí ṣe rí bóyá autopsy or toxicology tó private tí bàbá lọ ṣe wọn tí wọn mọ nǹkan kan tó fẹ́ ṣẹlẹ̀ lórí ẹ̀ ọlọ́pàá wò pé bóyá à ń cover ẹ tẹ́lẹ̀tẹ́lẹ̀ ni ó lè jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ ó dẹ̀ lè má jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ síta lọ sọ̀rọ̀ báyìí ó kọ́kọ́ lọ sí TVC news ó rí pé ó fọ́ǹbù wọ́n tún máa tì í pé tún lọ sí Arise pé ìkọ́ báyìí lá ní pé kó lọ sọ spirit Mohbad ń jẹ́ kó fọ́ǹbù ní gbogbo interview tó ṣe.
Wàláì tàláì.
so ẹ wá sọ fún mi àwọn wá wò pé níbo la tún fẹ́ bù ẹ́ sí kò síbi tó fẹ́ bù ẹ́ sí mọ́ ẹ wo kíní tí mo send sí lọ́jọ́ yẹn tí woman tó dọ́gbọ́n lọ interview ya Mohbad ẹ wo nǹkan tó ń sọ pẹ̀lú Wunmi that shows pé màmá yẹn gan fúnra rẹ̀ ó wà under threat ó mọ nǹkan tó pa ọmọ òun kò lè sọ̀rọ̀ ni so pé ọlọ́pàá ò mọ̀ yẹn bàbá irọ́ funfun ni ọlọ́pàá mọ̀ tó pa Mohbad
owó ni ìyá
tó pa Mohbad ẹ má yẹ ká máa ọlọ́run ló lè tó àṣírí wọn ẹ wo ẹ má yẹ ká bọ̀ ọlọ́run tó mi lùdẹ ẹ má yẹ ká bọ̀.
Decorum King's Entertainment Mariam okay everybody ọkọ mute na ẹ ká máa sọ lẹ́yìn kọ̀ọ̀kan then ká tó bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ ká gbé like yẹn wọ 50,000 because ó yìí we keep justice la n tó sọ fún mi ní pé nọ́ọ̀sì kan ló gún ọmọ mi that nurse that injected my son to the point of even losing his life I have never set my eyes on her. Look at when we are just getting to know that Baba has not even seen the nurse before. So possible kí n gbọ́ ọmọ mi lọ hospital because ọ̀pọ̀ ọmọ mi kò sí bóyá fẹ́ rí I want to see the person. Not even a nurse. I want to see. Do you understand? Kò yọjú. Ṣàkóso èmi tẹ́mi lọ protesting wájú bẹ̀ yẹn is one of those things that can actually infuriate anybody. Báwo lèèyàn ṣe máa pa ọmọ mi and if the nurse was in I don't want to believe about Oriri because only nurse yẹn lò almost a month in the police detention ṣé bàbá náà lọ sí detention wọn lọ wò pé okay let me see the nurse that injected my son èmi yẹn ó sì ṣe mí kàyéfì because if eventually I don't understand I don't know what to even believe because ká gbà pé injọ yẹn bàbá ò rí gbogbo àtọlọ́pàá mú yẹn for a whole month she won't suppose for detention right how many she spent weeks in detention isn't it.
Mr. Yomi àwọn ọlọ́pàá yìí àwọn ọlọ́pàá gbogbo tí bàbá yẹn ṣe ẹ bá bàbá yẹn sọ̀rọ̀ ó blọọkì tí bàbá yẹn ṣe ni
King's
àwọn ọlọ́pàá ń blọọkì ẹ̀. Ẹ bá ní chance ẹ bá bàbá yẹn sọ̀rọ̀ kẹ́ bèrè lọ́wọ́ question tó ń béèrè yìí.
Hold on ibi tẹ́mi ń sọ láti sọ sí ni pé
nọ́ọ̀sì jáde
if bàbá
wá sọ̀rọ̀ ọ̀rẹ́ nọ́ọ̀sì jáde who is that nurse ta ló mọ nọ́ọ̀sì yẹn ṣé ní pé kó jáde kó wá sọ̀rọ̀ ni invisible ni.
ẹ ti understand I'm not blaming anybody I am talking about the vital information. If the story that was narrated to Baba was that a nurse injected his son. Ẹ jẹ́ ká sọ pé bàbá ò rí nọ́ọ̀sì yẹn jọ tó débẹ̀ ńjọ́ yẹn. Tí ọlọ́pàá bá wá arrest nọ́ọ̀sì yẹn because Baba is seeking justice. Of course, if you arrest nurse yẹn sí baba ní láti lọ bẹ̀ now. Láti rí nurse yẹn pé ẹ bá mi pe nurse yẹn but I want to see. Just like ìgbà tí Dàmọ́lá fẹ́ gbá mi. Ṣé ẹ gbọ́dọ̀ mi?
Mr. Yomi,
Mr.
Yomi, ẹ jẹ́ kí n kàn sọ nǹkan kan. Ṣé rí gbogbo tẹ̀sán gbogbo ẹni bàbá yẹn ti take move. Àwọn ọlọ́pàá ń block ẹ̀. Ok, ẹ jẹ́ kí n tún wá sọ kankan fún ìgbà kan tí Mohbad tó sì wà ní kíní bẹ̀ tí bàbá sọ pé ẹ máa gbọ́ ọ fẹ́ lọ wo kí Mohbad ní mọ́ṣúárì ni níbi àbí ibi tó gbé sí. Wọ́n ti lọ, wọ́n tún pè wọ́n padà, wọ́n ò tún jẹ́ kó lọ síbẹ̀.
My brother, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that Tobayako ti ṣẹlẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ tẹ́yìn ti gbọ́. What I'm trying, we are looking at irú yẹn sì Tobayako àwa èmi ti gbọ́ tẹ́yìn ti gbọ́. Báwo lẹni tó gún ọmọ èèyàn ṣe máa gún ọmọ èèyàn pa tọ́lọ́pàá àwọn amútọ́ ní jẹ́ kí ẹni tó lọ́mọ rí onítàn. That means pé fake nurse ni yẹn kò sí nurse tó exist ni yẹn. That person tó rí nurse yẹn.
Àti gbọ́ lẹ́nu prime boy o, èmi ò gbọ́ o. Pé ó sọ pé òun rí nọ́ọ̀sì o.
But láàrin àti.
Ó possible to prime boy rí nurse because wọ́n jọ ti gbogbo wọn mọ́lé time kan náà ni.
Ẹ ti get me. I'm being objective here.
Wọ́n lè rí nọ́ọ̀sì because ibi tóbìnrin máa wà kọ́lọ́kùnrin máa wà.
Bí ọ̀gá bàbá mi wíṣì ọkọ̀ wíṣì ẹ̀sán fún rẹ̀. On the 14th, I want to believe that she has been invited. And then she coming. Kí Ọlọ́run bàbá kó sí wọn kó sòótọ́ because this Wunmi is already gaslighting already, saying wọ́n ti lọ ń kó ṣí ẹ̀ pé kó parọ́ mọ́ òun.
Tí o bá ti sòótọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ kó lọ ganu sẹ́wọ̀n kó má sòótọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ kó lọ ganu sẹ́wọ̀n kó lọ jẹyẹ oníyà. If tó ti dé lọ fọm gbogbo tó ṣẹlẹ̀ yẹn tí o bá ti sọ nǹkan tó dé tó ṣe pé kó wá tweet ọmọ yẹn kí ni nǹkan tó sọ pé ó ṣe tó fi wá tweet ẹ kó lọ ganu sí.
Exactly àṣà ní kankan tó ṣe tó fi pe nurse ìgbà tí bàbá dẹ̀ tún délé wọ́n rẹ́jẹ̀ nílẹ̀ kí ló fa ẹ̀jẹ̀ nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ni pé King ti sọ̀rọ̀ kan lẹ́ẹ̀kan gbogbo nǹkan tó wà mẹ́rin pé àwọn ọlọ́pàá yìí wọ́n ti dàbàrú kéèsì yìí láti lẹ̀ nǹkan ibi tí Nàìjíríà ti Nàìjíríà mi rí justice in Nigeria is something else tó bá jẹ́ UK ni bó ṣe wà yẹn nọ́ọ̀sì yẹn lásán prison ló máa wà till now tí wọ́n ti kò lè jáde mo lè bẹ́ẹ̀ tẹ̀ pẹ̀lú anybody and then family tó tún wá justice at the end of the day in fact public interest gan máa ju ti family lọ family máa di at the end of the day family máa collide pẹ̀lú public ni lọ́jọ́ máa ṣe but eléyìí sì yìí pé family wọn ò bá public ṣe wọn ò bẹ́ẹ̀ mọ̀ ṣe but ibẹ̀rẹ̀ ti máa rí pé àwọn police wọ́n ti yí gbogbo kéèsì.
Tálẹ̀ rò pé fún ọlọ́pàá ní chance jù ṣé public ló fún
family ló fún chance tó fi ṣèṣe kú ṣe tán ṣe náà fífi pressure family bá wà lórí wọn.
ẹ máa la family yẹn o family àwọn ìyá Mohbad àwọn Franco àti Wunmi
except excluding Baba.
Yes,
exactly.
You are correct.
Because tí ìyá gangan tó bá yẹ pé gbogbo okay sí ẹ wo ìyá ò bá ọmọ ṣe ìgbà tó mú ẹ kú ló di pé wọ́n bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní sọ̀rọ̀ ṣé wọ́n sọ̀rọ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀ ni distance lọ wọ́n ní distance now. So those are the things ibi tí kankan ti ṣẹlẹ̀ nísìnyí ẹ̀ ọ́n rẹ́jẹ̀ nínú ilé ọlọ́pàá investigate bọ́jẹ̀ ṣe ṣẹlẹ̀.
King's Entertainment n tí mi fẹ́ clear sí because tí mi ò bá mọ̀ because if they have denied the Baba seeing the nurse from the word go in 2023, there is no way I would have done the protest in front of that court and I will not lend my voice of solidarity to say why are they keeping the nurse away from the father. And if the nurse was kept away from the father after he had legitimately requested to have an audience with the nurse. It's a serious case. It's a serious thing because last message is taking impasse in it. Maybe that is not a true nurse, or the nurse will speak the truth to the Baba.
But the funniest is, she Baba make a move. She Baba make a move. Very.
King's Entertainment is saying. He's like, I think he knows. He has
no
every move.
Messiah.
I'm a plain person.
No, Mr. Yomi, it's a question that they put si Baba no.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But the
the platform unta.
My brother.
Yeah. A lè sọ pé kó lórí ẹbí kó pè wọ́n àwọn tó ń bá bàbá sọ̀rọ̀ nìyẹn.
How many days ni nurse yẹn lò ní detention? Lọ sí magistrate court tí wọ́n send DPP advice lọ. Naira Marley was in court, Spending was in court, Prime Boy was in court, Sam Larry was in court. Ṣé nurse yẹn wà in court ǹjọ́ yẹn?
Mi ò rò bóyá yẹn wà in court o.
Gbogbo Wade Dake àti ready jàre. Ẹ wo bí? We're not ready.
Yeah.
Mongo.
DPP advice was coming. The police automatically would have been told. They have been, as a date has been fixed. But our media here, what did he message me? Even from Channels Television, well, they send this in. Let me I send it to you privately now. Now, the nurse, they are on bail. They are meant to be going there every week.
Tuesdays.
Now, that means a Tuesday will be before that sitting. So, all of that, the Panti people, Panti police and Lagos State Police Command. So, she not here one Tuesday before. And nobody. I'm not so privy of that particular case. The wife.
According to Botiga.
The wife. That the nurse is responsible for taking the husband's life. And DPP advice is coming. And the nurse is nowhere to be found. And the only person was pending. Now, if the real court are the nurse, anyway, Colomba, I can fi say àdúrà láti gba àwẹ̀ àtàdúrà lọ́la. Ká fi kó àwẹ̀ Muslim. Kí Ọlọ́run bá kó bá wa ti nurse yẹn wá because kó wá ló máa make sense o.
Pé because nígbà tí wọ́n lọ sí court yẹn lóòótọ́ àwọn Naira Marley gbogbo wọn ló wà ń bẹ̀ ó yẹ kí nurse náà wà ń bẹ̀. But nurse will appear in court yẹn.
Because I'm a notifier. They have to notify her.
Definitely, I'm a notifier. So you go appear. No, Sherry won't call us ni anything. Sherry, I want to.
Our family, why is it nurse? Because there's a normal thing for us to demand.
Yeah. A lot of us have said it countless times. Where is the nurse? How come the coroner inquest scheduled the nurse for the end or till the end? Why? I mean, if the nurse is the one that is accused of being involved and spending that they claim had brought in the nurse or gave the number of the nurse out, and Prime Boy that the DPP concluded is not the aggressor but Mohbad, how then is it that the nurse was not among the first group of people? In fact, I was expecting that Prime Boy and the nurse and Spending and Cynthia will be the first to be at the inquest. I know there was a time that the nurse was supposed to come and she refused coming. A lawyer gave an excuse, but she was not among the first set of people that were invited to the inquest. This is unbelievable. This is unbelievable. It is unbelievable. And you can see the concerns out there about the truth, sincerity of it all. Truth and sincerity of it all. One cannot but wonder what is really happening here. Like, what is really going on here? Is this what we are hoping for? Is this what we want? A lot of things have gone wrong. A lot of things are happening. And people are beginning to wonder. Why? Why? But our guests, some of them have given their opinion, their 2 cents on it. They said it's not like Mohbad's father is kind of laid back. There are certain steps and action that he took, but the police did not act. There are certain court process that is kind of frustrating. It is not giving the answers and results that is needed as quick, as fast as people want. And there is this intentional move. In fact, Yomi Fabiyi cannot say he's not experiencing it. These are some of the things to let him also know. If you say Mohbad's father this, Mohbad's father that, when you made moves, we know that certain people, internal people, had caused the first crisis, the issue, the problem for the CCTV that he talked about. But when he made move directly to the police, has he gotten results? Did he see or observe some form of pushback from the police? These are some of the things that Mohbad's father also experienced. He has said it, I don't think the police is doing right by this justice for Mohbad. He has said it times without number, but he has to be careful also. He knows that these people are terrible people, they are dangerous people. You want to be careful. You want to be careful. There are also mistakes that he made, such as not petitioning Cynthia when certain things happened, but maybe people had advised him, look, let us not focus on petitioning. Let us focus on the justice that you are seeking for. But there is a statement that they made that people didn't really like. They said, oh, we cannot go to court and come back to be friends. Meaning, if the child ends up to be Mohbad, and we don't want to make it like we had gone to court and blah, blah, blah. That's what they said. So they were trying to play on 2 sides, like, we want to just know if this... They didn't go head on, like, look, we want justice and we care less about anything. They were kind of like, let us steal that lukewarmness, not being in the white or black, being in the gray area. That is what people have observed. And they are kind of like, well, what kind of family is this? What are you guys aiming for? Are you guys aiming for the money of the public to gain sympathy, fame? Is that what you guys are aiming for? We don't want to even talk about Mohbad's mother. That one, she's beyond human imagination. She's beyond human imagination. Our ways are terrible. Our life is terrible. We don't want to talk about Mohbad's younger brother, Adura. Oh my. He is a terrible soul. He's not a good person. We don't want to talk about him. Promise of material things crushed, blinded him, blinded his conscience, blinded his obligation towards his brother. What a wicked world. A world full of... It's so sad. So when you look at all of this and you compare and contrast them together, it is glaring. It makes you, you just know within you. You just know within you that you must push to get justice. You must push to get justice. At this time, at this point, it seems the coroner inquest is that's the only thing people are looking at. Like, okay, you know what? Let us roll on this and let's make the coroner inquest let's make sure that this coroner inquest achieve. And I'll tell you, like I've been repeating, the only thing that the coroner inquest can achieve at this time, the only thing the coroner inquest can achieve at this point, at this moment, the only thing the coroner inquest can achieve is getting the nurse to do the needful. I know the nurse will be under pressure. If Cynthia can come out publicly to announce the crime of the nurse, I think the nurse also knows that this is the end of the journey. Previously, the nurse's lawyer had giving excuses of security. That was kind of like, that was the day the inquest was put on a pause. And now the same thing has been repeated. And I'm glad that the presiding judge said, look, I'm not interested in this. If you guys want security, you will get it. We don't want that as an excuse here. Justice is important and it must be gotten. She must appear. She must come to tell us what happened. Now, if she's not stupid to come and then speak in favor, I don't think she'll be that stupid. Oh, don't worry, everything will be fine. No, I don't think there's an agreement, because if there is, Cynthia will not publicly speak the way she spoke. I think everything is now out of her reach. And I'm wondering how possible it is for them to tell the nurse to cooperate with them. Like, nurse, don't worry, cooperate with us. Cooperate with us. And be the one that we are hanging this upon. Even if they sentence you to prison, you will be in a safe place. We'll prepare a place for you and you will have a lot of money. I don't think she'll be that stupid to embrace such agreement. She has realized that this woman, this Cynthia, is resolute, hell-bent on hanging the demise of Mohbad on her. So it will be foolhardy, stupidity, foolishness for the nurse to shut her mouth. I don't think she will want to. She will not want to. Cynthia knows that the nurse is going to say a lot of things that will put her in trouble. That is why she said to the public on a national television, there are certain people on social media that are tutoring the nurse on what to say. They say they are going to coach her so that she can speak against me at the inquest. Mohbad's father thought he can put the demise of Mohbad on me by saying I put something in his food. He did not even know that it was his brother who cooked and gave him the last meal. Did Adura come out to say it is not true? I did not give last meal to my brother. You see, these people are so greedy. You know, when greed takes over you, there is nothing whatsoever that you cannot do. There's nothing that you can't do. You will sell yourself, you will sell your body for money. You will sell for material things. All of this issue that we are having is as a result, like what our guest said, it's as a result of the influence of the mother of Cynthia at the beginning. Unfortunately, Mohbad did not have a brother. That guy called Adura is a useless soul. Imagine Mohbad died. Adura did not call his father first, like, I mean, I'm kind of wondering what, like, we should not call them because this can shock. Imagine if we call your dad now and your dad slump. That was their excuse. They said they didn't want to inform. So let's say that that is it. So they said, okay, do not let us inform any of them. Don't let us inform. God forbid, if we inform them and they are in a rush trying to come here and something else happen, please let us manage this ourselves. Let us see if we can revive him. That was the talk. And they said, okay, it seems this sounds okay. Let us do it that way. We should not inform them because if we do, it could create effects that are not okay. All right. So they didn't tell nobody. They went ahead to do what they did. When they were to inform, they didn't call the father directly. It was the elder sister of Mohbad that called daddy and said, oh, daddy, Mohbad is not alive. Mohbad is not alive. Well, we've been on this for a long time and emotions are high and, people with opinions, at times opinions might not agree. But no one ever can say that the police did not do a shabby job. Some might say, okay, what do you expect them to do? They got there, they didn't see CCTV. They got there, did they investigate? Did they look at neighbors? Did they investigate? Oh, we forgot that they took to them bottles of alcohol and money. That's what they took to them. So they shared it among themselves and they wrote whatever they need to write, statements that did not even tally with what Cynthia is saying. Because after she wrote the statement, the police and Cynthia, I think they lost track of maybe one or two things. That's why Cynthia is saying Mohbad bled profusely, while the police said, no, police is saying Mohbad bled profusely, and Cynthia is saying there is nothing of such. That the police report and their press statement cannot and should not be taken because it lacks truth. It's all full of lies. That's what it means. Nothing more, nothing less. That is what it means. It is so heartbreaking, like, for us to be here and we are still seeking for justice, and we've not even gotten to any point. Oh, the Coroner inquest from, although they said the inquest is going to sit twice in a month or maybe even 3 times so that they can fasten up and make this work, like do something to it, like ASAP. No time to waste. It's quite unfortunate. I've said it times without number that the worst thing that can ever happen to anybody is to allow themselves to be unalived. Allowing yourself to be unalived. Because, nasty things will happen. You might not even be opportuned. You can't even be opportuned to witness your family members. To witness those that will sell you out, those that will defend you, those that will say, that's how he behaves. We know that's how he is. That's when you realize that saying that blood is thicker than water, it's not always the same. There are family members that are not connected to you. They are not connected to you in sincerity and in truth. They are a bunch of werewolves, vampires. That's what they are. Oh, it's inconclusive. Of course, why won't it be inconclusive? If the body of Mohbad that was exhumed and was supposed to be acted upon so that results can be gotten, it's not as if professionals are not involved. They said they had kept Mohbad for 4 months. That is what the pathologist said at the inquest. This is not made up story. They kept him for that long. They kept him for that long. Imagine keeping him for that long. How then are they expecting that results that will be gotten will make sense? It is clear, very clear, glaring, that there was an intentional move. Steps were taken intentionally to make sure that Mohbad does not get justice. It's as simple as that. I don't know if you concur with what I'm saying, or maybe you have your own opinion that is different from what you have heard so far, and what you are thinking about. Please, let's drop your comment. See you guys in the next update.